Is the significant personality development of a person based on childhood, or can people actually change? And can person actually change? Great question here. Great question. Okay, so personality comes broadly in two flavors: temperament, and then just the other part to it, which is just like the personality that you develop socially, right? So temperament refers to the part of a person's personality that is biological in nature. So this is like the genetic part. This is the part that is harder to avoid because you get it from like basically from like mum and dad, right? So there'll be a part of everyone that is just like mum and like dad, and that is like deeply ingrained, embedded in a person. And then there's the other part that's socially developed. So that's sort of where you learn how to be like you and stuff, right? So the question is, the answer to the question of, what was it again? Something about along the lines of, is significant personality development of a person based on childhood. So a lot of personality development does come from childhood because that's when the brain is developing, and I guess you could say that that's when it's at its most vulnerable to change or or learning, right? It's almost like when you're a child, your brain is kind of open and it's just filling through all the life experiences, and then eventually it kind of slowly closes and it sort of like, that's it, right? So personality is the most malleable in childhood because of the stage that the brain is at, which is it's more susceptible to change. You can think of it like baking a cake, where you sort of throwing all the life experiences into the mix, the cake mix, and then eventually you put the cake in the oven, it gets baked and it comes out, and all of the experiences are kind of in there, both negative, positive, and everything in between, right? So with that in mind, can people change? And the answer is, you can you can oscillate between a range. So you you'll have like an upper and a lower limit, and you can oscillate between that, basically. So the answer is, you can change, of course, at any point, but you oscillate, and the range for the most part gets a bit smaller as you get older, because your brain becomes less plastic, which means it's less malleable to change. But also, a person might just become a bit more like conservative, more, I guess you could say, a bit set in their ways, but not always. Some people remain open-minded and all the rest of it, right? So it's almost like you're building a building, and then eventually it's sort of like the stones set and the concrete sets, and then you can sort of chip away at the stone and renovate the building, but it just takes longer. But really, you can oscillate between a range. So yes, you can change. Simply put, you can change over time. Yes.